What's going on, guys? It's Kuday here, and this video is not going to have a whole lot of editing. We're just going to talk about update 5.2, some of the things I want to see, but also covering some information about when the update is going to take place, and also what's coming after Earthrealm Tower. And, well, I can't say I expected this fully. Let's go over the news I have to bring to your attention first. Number 1, the next tower after Earthrealm. It's planned, which is strange because you'd want an update before we get the next tower. We've already had 4 in this update. Shirayu Tower Normal, Fatal, Nightmare, and Earthrealm Tower. That's 4 towers in a single update. That's insanity. If this next tower comes without an update, that is going to be 5 flippin' towers in a single update. But I have a suspicion that this tower will mark the next update's release date for MK Mobile. It is Dark Queen's Tower. Now, we already went over that Dark Queen's was most likely going to be coming next, or just one of the towers coming up next. Lin Kuei, Cold Tower, or Dark Queen's. They all kind of fit a cold theme. I don't know why, but when I look at Dark Queen's Tower, it just looks like a frosty type of tower. You get what I mean? I guess you can see the vibe. You're probably wondering, is it updated in any way? And the answer is no, the tower is not updated. So let's go over my theory, which it's planned for December 13th at 9 a.m. Central Time. And it's scheduled to go on for 61 days. Wow. Okay. Let's get out of the way. But because the rewards are not updated, I would figure that they need to update the game first. They can't update the rewards without updating the game. Because unlike Onslaught, which downloads all of its game data, Mortal Kombat has its game data just sitting there. They can't just make changes to it. We can't just download new data. They have to actually send us an update in the App Store, if that makes any sense. Which is starting to be kind of annoying. I kind of wish that this game was like Onslaught in that regard. It would make updates easier and faster for us to download because it would just automatically install for anybody. You wouldn't need to go to the App Store to update for more than 10 megabytes worth of stuff. It's not going to be these gigabyte long updates. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking personally. But if they do update the game to drop Dark Queens, let's just say hypothetically, what day will this happen? I would assume that the update needs to take place maybe on the 12th. It's actually a theory that a lot of people have had, which is after Combat Pass, that's when the update's coming. I didn't personally believe that at first, but with Dark Queen's Tower scheduled to come on December 13th, that leaves very little time, and they're gonna have to update the game soon so that we can get the new rewards for Dark Queens, and we can actually see what they're gonna be. We don't know right now because the game hasn't been updated, the files, so we can't see what they would change it to. But I'm gonna speculate what the rewards might be changed to. Let's just give some stuff out. I think they're going to keep Rain, most likely. I don't expect to see a Denny and Blood Sindel, so don't expect to see her as one of the rewards. I don't think so. We've had a gold character as a reward before, but that did not go well over with the people. Mainly because it was Cassie Cage. That didn't even go over well with the people in the first place. Circle Shadow Jack Spriggs. He's going to get changed out for someone newer. Probably like Fire God Liu Kang. Oof. MK11 Liu Kang, some sort of MK11. I don't think this is going to have a new character. And then, like I said, the other character is probably just going to be another MK11 or maybe an MK1 Scorpion. Who knows? But then Kuday, what about Earthrealm Tower Fatal? Where's that? I personally do not think Earthrealm Tower Fatal will be coming at all. I don't. I just think that they're not going to add it. I think they're just going to have the normal Earthrealm Tower normal and Dark Queen's Tower normal. And I feel like with the next update, we're going to get a revamped Lin Kuei Tower and maybe a Cold Tower. But yes, if you want to know my prediction for the next update, I think it's going to be after Combat Pass ends, or maybe one day after it ends. That would make sense because that would be the 11th or 12th, which is one day before the deadline, before this tower drops. And there's no way that they're going to let the tower drop and then update the rewards, because that would be very unprofessional. So yeah, guys, sorry for no flashy editing on this one. I just wanted to give you guys straight the news. Relicon is coming tomorrow, and I'll be maybe making a guide for that, and I'll enjoy that. Sorry that I haven't been posting a whole lot. I'm gonna be honest, for once, it is school. School is kind of difficult to balance, especially when there's just huge finals and stuff like that. Big assignments, it becomes frustrating to try to multitask on several different projects. And knowing my mind, I just go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing. I have like 50 video ideas all at the same time in my head, and I don't know when to, get them out there. Or maybe I lose motivation on one project, then I start working on another, and I just have like 50 projects that I'm working on at the same time. It doesn't work. You can't do that. Wouldn't that be a surprise? You can't multitask on 50 different projects. Should have told myself sooner. But that's kind of been my issue. I have a WWE Immortals documentary coming out here soon, most likely. And then the next thing I plan to do is make another guide and be a crypt. But I have some normal gameplay. Don't worry. Got some normal gameplay. It's going to be kind of fun. There's the classic movie rating glitch. There's also a little roulette wheel that I thought would be fun for gameplay. Just informing you guys of some stuff that's coming up, right? I'll let you guys see it, though. It's going to be better if you guys see it. Now let's go over the things I want to see from this update. This is just going to be my thoughts and what would make me more excited to play Mortal Kombat Mobile, and I think would help YouTubers who are playing Mortal Kombat Mobile. I've dabbled in a little bit of Onslaught lately, just going through some of the story, seeing what it's all about, and I plan to make a video on it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach it in an entertaining way that I find entertaining and you guys would. And something that I've really learned from Onslaught is that it's like, holy moly, all it is just like the zoomed in scenario where they're in this like map area, and it's good graphics. It looks really nice when they're talking to each other, but there's no voice acting because that's not the cutscenes. Okay, and then they just have some cutscenes that are just downloaded to your game. It's not that complex. Very easy stuff. And in between all these cool story zoom ins where you can read dialogue and watch cutscenes, there's gameplay. Well, I would say lack thereof. It's an RPG. And so I want to see, at some point in MK Mobile, I hope for update 6.0, they just do something just mind-blowing. Like, guys, it wouldn't be that challenging to make another version of battle mode. Okay? A lot of people want to see fatalities, which I think would be kind of cool. I do feel like there's going to be some technical limitations. It might not look as good as some people would want it to, which could hurt the game. But obviously we're going to run out of brutalities before we have to go to MK1 brutalities, and then we're going to have MK1 and MK11 brutalities and the MKX brutalities all at once, and it's going to be confusing as heck. So I don't know what they want to do regarding that. Some fatalities could be a good way to just this character gets this fatality, and it's we don't have to associate it with the game. It's just a fatality. On to the battle mode or story mode thing again. Just have us zoom in with the maps you create. The maps and zoomed in on the characters, I think it looks good. This game has great graphics, in my opinion. Some devices don't render out very well, but a lot of devices for MK Mobile, it looks good. It just looks really nice. The gameplay is fluid. It's always running at a constant 60 FPS, usually, as long as there's not a whole ton of lag from the crypt or something like that. It would just be a really cool experience for us to go through a story mode where we can interact with characters with the maps, or they can introduce new maps. You get my point. It's kind of simple. Onslaught's system could be implemented into MK Mobile, and I just hope to see that one day. What they do is they call it a Chronicle event. It's not canon, it's not part of the story, but interestingly enough, in the Chronicle events, the Onslaught story is kind of going on. It hasn't concluded yet. So it's like in its basic primal state in the Chronicle event, which I think is just like so weird. And each Chronicle event does not overlap with one another. So an MK1 Scorpions will not be the same as MK1 Shang Tsung's. He does not know about, he interacts with Raiden. MK1 Scorpion interacts with Raiden. They talk. Scorpion goes home. Big spoiler, right? He goes home back to his timeline. And when MK1 Shang Tsung shows up, he should be like, I've already been through this before. But he doesn't. He doesn't say that. Yeah, he's just like, oh, you filthy sorcerer. No, he goes over that again. Maybe we just need some sort of story in this game. Something cohesive. And I feel like that could just bring a lot of life to MK Mobile. There's only one problem if NetherRealm Studios decides to make a story mode in MK Mobile. And that is, it's going to be in direct competition with Onslaught. I don't know how they're going to feel about that. Especially since the lead designer for Onslaught, or like I think the manager of Onslaught, was the designer and kind of like a leader for MK Mobile. His name is Cactus Pack. He's still doing like content or like updating people on Onslaught. He kind of gives hints about MK Mobile because he's still got some information, but he doesn't work on the team anymore. And that's a huge deal. One thing that I thought is just absolutely like insane for Onslaught is that they had a podcast.
This is going to be our first Mortal Kombat Onslaught Discord stage.
This is Mick Pack. I'm senior designer on Mortal Kombat Onslaught. I was previously on Mortal Kombat Mobile. Sure, yeah, we're going to have multiple new fighters coming in 1.1. But off the top here, the first that we're going to reveal is MK1 Shang Tsung.
I didn't know about this until afterwards, after the fact, but they like went over all the stuff that was going to be coming, broke it down, had a Q&A where people could give questions and they would just answer them. And I was like, what the heck? Like Onslaught just gets so much attention and they're doing so much for it, and now people would wonder or speculate, why is that? Because it's a new game and they have faith in it. MK Mobile doesn't need all that attention because the game is already so popular. It gets tens of thousands and thousands, borderline millions of views every single month from just a variety of channels. And Onslaught doesn't. Onslaught gets a story mode cutscene posted by channels that all they do is post cutscenes and make money. So it's like most people are going to see that and then not play the game. With MK Mobile, if you see a ton of friendships or some really cool gameplay, you're going to want to download the game and try it yourself, most likely. I feel like that's the whole point. What do I want to see in update 5.2 in realistic terms? No story mode, just bug fixes, improvements that they actually have to address. Crypt. Add more things to the crypt. Okay, that's number one. Add more stuff. This, not enough. Three gears, not enough. Need more. At least 5. I want 5 gears here. Every single refresh. That's fair. 4 of them need to be tower gear. This one can be uncommon, rare gear. I don't care about the names, but this is always some just stupid uncommon gear, which no one's gonna buy unless they have extra hearts to spend. Characters are kind of fine, but maybe make sure each season has at least 1 new gold in here. That could be nice. Just 1 new gold every season. The diamonds don't seem to be too much of a problem in my opinion. It's not too bad. And special offers. How about instead of making this a crypt special offers area, how about you make it like include special deals on card packs here. If you wanted this pack, no one wants this. Let's be real. No one wants this. But if you did, it's $20. Okay. So what about in the crypt mode, in the special offers area? Let's say that pack is now $10 for just the crypt run, and maybe you have to save money on it. You have to spend a little bit of your hearts. That could be a cool way of getting people to spend less on a pack, they're still going to make money from that. You probably are saying, oh my God, you just gave them an easy way to make money off people. Well, no, I think they should also add a card pack selection where we spend hearts to get a discount on like soul packs. So maybe this becomes 200 or 300 souls. And you can open only 10, let's say. 10 openings after you spent your hearts. And you get it out maybe like 300 apiece. Some cool thing to add to the crypt that's not just characters and not just gears. This is possible with the game becoming more free-to-play friendly. That is possible to add. I feel like it would be needed addition. The next thing I feel like we need to have added to this game is just like more new challenges. We need a lot more. The latest challenge is Classic Noob Saibot, but we need the entire Lizard team. You might as well make an update where you skip Pyromancer Tanya and Cassie Cage, because Pyromancer Tanya, she's good and all, but I would much rather have all 3 lizards in a challenge list, right, added in one update, than I would rather have Pyromancer Tanya, Lizard Brock, and Lizard Noob, right? Because then we're skipping Lizard Jade. And just skip Pyromancer and skip Cassie Cage. Just go straight to the Lizard team, add all 3 of those in challenges, and call it a day. And the next thing they need to be doing this, which is dropping newer challenges more often. When has Classic Shang Tsung and Classic Noob Saibot's challenges come out? It was like when the update came out, that's when they dropped it, like maybe a month in. And then that's it. You guys need to start repeating those more often. I don't know why you guys would make these new challenges if they just don't repeat. I can't tell if that's because in their systems, when they programmed it, they just didn't think that through. They make the new challenges, right? They program it to come out once an update, but then the rest of their, automatic scheduling just programs old challenges. You guys gotta have some new ones in there. If you guys want to have it fit a theme, then when the Triboard challenges come out, Triboard Smoke or something, then have Classic Smoke come there. Quest mode. Netherrealm region needs reptile event eyes. Okay? We need to have the ability to get more eyes from the Netherrealm region, and it should unlock in the Netherrealm area. It should just be more inclusive because the fact that I have to go farm one-day quests in Outworld, which isn't going to give me as much, it's disappointing for the reptile event. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but that's just a nice little change that they could make there. I feel like the biggest issue with Shao Kahn Tower is that too many people are having like extra points. If I reset, do I have extra points actually? Do I? Oh, hold on. I need to go reset everything here. Do I have extra points? I don't have extra points, but some people have over 102 talents, and they didn't ask for it. They didn't try to get over 102 talents, but after you do, you can't spend them, and they just reset your tree. So how about we have a really good restriction on that 102, and we take away the extra talents from people's accounts? I don't believe personally that it causes any bans. I just think it's a waste of people's time, and it's also confusing because people are like, how many talents can I spend? Which for a new player, why should they have to be thinking about that? Why in the world would a new player have to think about how many talents they're spending? It should just be very clear. Combat passes. Stop dropping lame combat passes. Grandmaster Sub-Zero isn't actually that bad. He is sort of underwhelming, but his basic attacks are fine. It was more surprising than I thought it would be. But get new characters for the combat passes. We already know the next combat passes in the next update, so this is kind of falling on deaf ears right now, but I'm still going to say this for future updates. Just add newer character combat passes. Some people will say, but could they have to get through the old ones first? No, they don't. Why would they want to put old characters? Because think about it. They're going to make like practically no money from that. If they keep dropping characters that people don't want to pay $10 for the combat pass, they're not making any money from that. So you might as well like do the newer characters first and then do the old characters when you have nothing left. Or because you're going to keep making new golds, then we could just have new golds more often for the combat passes. And that's perfect. That makes you money. I could only think of one reason why they wouldn't do combat passes for the newer golds, because most people won't have those golds at fusion level 10, which then they can't ascend them. That is going to be a problem, but you can remedy this by only making the combat passes for challenge characters. So Classic Noob could have a challenge here, because as long as you repeat his challenge more often and let people get him to fusion level 10, I guarantee you will have a lot of people paying $10 to get into fusion level 15. I feel like people would for Noob Cybot. That makes you money. But you're also giving to the free-to-play community by dropping his challenge more often that way. Classic Shang Tsung, drop his challenge more often and make him a combat pass. People will spend money like no tomorrow on that. And people will be happy. Do that. That's something I just have to get off my chest. And the last thing I'm going to mention before we end this video are characters. A lot can go for characters. There's just so many different things they could add. More MK1s, more side characters for Circle Shadow. I kind of like the idea of updating these old teams. However, I only want updates to these old teams to be just characters that would bring a lot of excitement, like Enenra, which is the Revenant version of Smoke. That would be incredible. And they did a killer job in Onslaught, because some of the characters in Onslaught are skins from MK11, right? But they've been altered. With that in mind, they can easily make a Revenant-looking Smoke. And they've done this before with several types of teams. With Combat Cup team, none of these characters have these skins in any of their games. Johnny does not have this skin. This was completely custom made by NetherRealm Studios for MK Mobile. And the last time they did this was for Combat Cup Cassie Cage. Oh, they failed miserably. The only thing they got right, in my opinion, for Combat Cup Cassie Cage was her outfit. It looks incredible. Like a stellar job. But after all these updates later, they left this hideous face here on the top and this ridiculous hairdo. I know it's supposed to be MK11 Cassie Cage, but they put it on the body of an MKX character, and it just goes to show that the quality of the actual skins downgraded from the kind of like the older MKX mobile team to the newer one. So making the newer skins seem to be a little bit more difficult for them. But I that's something that I would like to see in the near future is updates to teams, right? They can also update, let's see here. Yeah, like Assassin, I want Assassin Melina from MK1. It's perfect. You're adding a new character on an old team. It's going to give this old team a ton of hype and attention, and it's going to be fun. Because Assassin Katana sucks butt cheeks. She's awful. So if we had a new Assassin character, this team could actually be really good. Because Assassin Scarlet, I wouldn't say she's terrible or the worst, but Assassin Jade is, well, we know she's 50-50. She can be really good in a game, or she can be kind of bad. But overall, if there was a new Assassin character added, that could work in their favor a lot. And there's actually no Melina that is Assassin. So it's a good one to add. Black Dragon, they could just add an MK11 Aaron Black. I know they already have one. This is not MK11, but I know they have an Aaron Black. They can add another one anyways, right? Just add on to some of these old teams. It'd be very much appreciated. According to the rumors, there's actually several characters introduced in this new Onslaught update, and I'm pointing this out because it should be setting the bar higher for MK Mobile. There should be more effort put into each update. Because while Onslaught is updating every couple of weeks, MK Mobile is taking 3 to 4 months while only introducing 2 new characters. Let's go over Onslaught. They're introducing MK1 Shang Tsung. Okay, that's just confirmed. You can actually see him. He looks decent. I would say because of that, we might see MK1 Shang Tsung and MK Mobile. They have his model transported to this mobile game, and it's going to be really easy to just take that and put in MK Mobile as well. It's obviously rendered differently, but it's not that complex to just share assets. They all introduced MK1 Scorpion at the same exact time. Okay, and here are the rumored characters. Classic Sub-Zero, which his design, I'm pretty sure that is the MK1 version of Sub-Zero in a classic costume. This might be the coolest thing I just discovered, because that might be the cameo in MK1, which people have been asking whether cameos can make it as characters, which would be sick if they could, and it seems like they're already making their way in MK Onslaught. So yeah, I think cameos are possible, and that is awesome. The cameos in MK1 all have basic attacks, special attacks, and they all have a fatal blow, so it's very well possible that we could get them in MK Mobile. To start off, number 1, that's pretty cool. And number 2, MK1 Kenshi. Alright, you got me at the edge of my seat right now. MK1 Kenshi. If all these characters come out in this update, that is 3 characters they add in a single freaking update. I want to see MK1 Kenshi in MK Mobile. I want to see him so bad, because Kenshi was one of the first characters I played in MKX Mobile, Possessed Kenshi to be exact, and Silver Kenshi as well. They were some of the strongest characters in MK Mobile when it first came out. God, were they fun to play with. They're just amazing. What a great time for MK Mobile 2, for everything going on back then. But if it's in Onslaught, it should be in MK Mobile, okay? That's my thing. If it's an MK1 character in MK Onslaught, it should come to MK Mobile. That's good for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. I know this video is a lot of talking, but I thought I'd just go over some of my based thoughts. Hopefully they're based. Probably not. Let me know down below what you want to see for MK Mobile 5.2. MK1 Sub-Zero is the next character most likely. If it's not MK1 Sub-Zero, then probably like MK1 Kung Lao, MK1 Liu Kang, just some random MK1 character that's like one of the main ones, right? One of the main characters. MK1 Raiden could be it. Let me just give a big shout out to my YouTube members. We have Giuliano, Lace, MK God, Jeremy, Oliver, JD Fur, Warlord, JDB, Legend Stone, Sammy, Goku, Titan Beast, Tolga, Mr. Dragon, Stan Marsh, Comet Max, Aiden, Katana, Plain Punch, Shox YT, Jeff, Fitzmagic, Massive Cool, Vosislav, and MK Fire. Thank you all for being YouTube members, and welcome to the new members. And yeah, peace out.